All right, everybody. Sorry we're a couple minutes late, but we're back. It's Redness Day today, 2/23/2022, which is great because yesterday was 2/22/2022. And at 2:22 in the afternoon, I realized it was Tuesday. Mob vlog. Did you get that one, Red? Did you hear me on that? Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wow. How are you doing today, Red?
I am chipper.
Yes, that is wonderful. And today, I'll tell you what, we had a last-minute programming change because I'm hoping that Allie can hear me and she's going to turn it off downstairs. So, because I have a terrible echo on my end because the downstairs computer is still running. So, thanks, Allie. So, how are you today, Red?
I'm good. It's warm here. The weather's really good. We're in the 80s every day now. I'm loving it.
Good. Excellent. So, programming change today happened because the last couple of days, I ran across a channel on YouTube, and I even put it in the comments. I put this channel down in the comments, and some of you went to it because I got a bunch of subscribers right away, and I was gonna show some of help the channel out. I figured help the next guy out today, do something like that. Anyway, it's gone. So all the material, all the content's gone. There were FBI wiretaps.
Yeah.
Did you listen to those wiretaps? Some of them were kind of like, yeah, they were a little, juicy, I thought. And the guy was putting together news clips and putting music to it. And it was all really, really well done. And I thought, how creative, how clever. I enjoyed watching it. And so anyway, it's all the content's gone. So we're not going to talk about that today. Although we just did. So hello, everybody. I see a whole ton of you in here today. If you guys know the format, you can jump forward 5 minutes. If you're not watching this live, if you're watching it live, you're welcome to YouTube, to Mob Vlog on YouTube. I mean, this is where we talk about the Chicago outfit and pretty much stay on the Chicago outfit subject all the time. That's what we cover on this channel. Although we get off track sometimes and onto different subjects, but if you're new here, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. You get notified when we go live. You get notified when we post new things. So, bust you in the teats. Welcome. It's good to see you. James Guerrero, Street Stories. Anthony DiMartini. It's good to see you. Brian Glade. I don't know the comment about the meatballs, Brian. What was this? Adam was making some type of meatball today that by the end of it, he said the meatball was breathing. I have no idea what that means, but I'll go with it. All right. Thank you. John Wallace, Leanne rolling along. It's good to see you, John Wallace from Albuquerque. Hey, it is good to see you all. Bobby Bag of Donuts is here. John O, Frank Ferraro, Scott H, Steve Beach. It's good. Welcome into the channel. Sean Pender, glad to see you're here. Mickey Griggs, never missing out. David Grimpy, never missing out. Jim Yeager, Evil Rev. How are you guys? I hope that you're having a good day. Catherine Guerrero, she just got Frank's cookbook. She was making some pizza the other day. I saw a text from Catherine. She texts me sometimes and sends me pictures, and she's cool. John O, Brian Glade, so's James Guerrero, her husband. Jim Magnifici, hey, never missing. I'm glad to see all of you. OG Kush, Big Tuna 815. It's like the whole crew's here. Major Koenig. Hey, welcome. That's the first time I've said that name. Cody Stelly. Red. You got a fan. Will Wahardo. No nose. That's what we're going to be talking about. Trail Dusty's here. John Apollo. AOL. Frank Ferraro. AOL. I feel like I'm in 1996 again. Street Stories here again. Happy Chicks. Chris Edmondson, Don Ciccio, Di Porzalo, It's good to see you. And just because I said that name perfectly, guys, that doesn't mean I'm still not the butcher, okay? That's when I had to practice at. Greg Bradshaw, Greg Hart in South Florida, OG Cart Scammer, Holman Sanders, Luftwaif, 65, SD Rooster, Turd Ferguson. What the hell? Jeff Balnick. It's good to see you. That's the first time I said that name. Hit the subscribe button or prescribe. That's what we say around here. And voice my opinion. You guys still in Vegas, right? I'm in Vegas, but Red's not in Vegas.
No. I'm in Florida.
Red's hanging out.
I think it's warmer here
in Florida. Luminous Grin, G Money. That's one of our channel members. It's good to see you, G Money. Gary Jenkins, what's happening? Hey, Gary, you want to come on the show next week? Tell us in the comments if you'd come on and do an interview, and let's talk about Kansas City mob and Chicago connections. I think that the audience would love it, and I think that they would love your channel. I'd like to have you on and talk about it. And maybe you won't take all your content down like Chicago State of Mind did. All right, Cindy Workman, it's good to see you. Big Tuna 815, Frodo Jack, Joe Collada, hey buddy, Scott McTaggart, Val Bagala. I think that's how you
Val,
say it. Yeah.
Every time I see Val, I thought it was a guy because they were on my Monday. Val was, and it's Valerie. It's Valerie. So.
Oh, Sienna Summerlin.
But if you look carefully, it's not a guy, it's a woman.
Well, it says, hey guys, from Old Man, from Sienna Summerlin. Says that Val's a guy. See?
He is?
So what it says, but the picture looks like it's kind of androgynous, actually, to be honest with you, that picture. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody.
I don't either.
Mo! Hey, Red. Hey,
how
Mo.
You doing, buddy?
Hey, Mo called me the other morning just to check on me. Says, how important it is to be healthy and all. And thanks for that call, Mo. It was you called me right at the right moment too. It was crazy. It was really bizarre, super bizarre. So because I'm doing some serious things right now that are good for me health wise. Trace, good to see you. William Kirchmeyer, Sandra Araujo, crazy channel, bringing back memories of my dad's days, the Horse Show World. Hey, Sandra, hit the subscribe, welcome in, and I'm glad you're enjoying the content. That's the first time I've seen her name.
She was on my show the other night. She made a comment the other day, Monday.
Wanachoa, Douglas Shriver, Evil Rev. It's good. Joe Batters is in the house. Jimmy Rain, welcome. You're watching on Facebook. Donald King, The Shovel, Misty Robka. What is up? Hey, it's Misty. Hey, Misty. Hey, Misty, what's going on? No, I ran into Misty at the Tuscany. I was at the Tuscany with my friend Kevin, and we were sitting there, and I met Misty. Misty, you're awesome. It was really cool to meet you, and I'd like to see you again. That was fun. Comedy Room, George McNamara. You got to go on the mob tour. Go on the mob tour. It's a lot of fun. All right. Chris Godala, Brian Glade, Michael Corleone. Michael Corleone. No Nose was working with the feds. Man, we're about to get into all of that in just a second. Give me one more minute to say hello to some people, and then we're going to jump in. Steve Healy, John Calagiros. Some would say Calagiros or Calagiros. Maybe it's Calagiros.
I don't know.
You don't even want to take a shot at that one, do you?
I don't want to take a shot at it.
Hey, so somebody needs to open a Beggar's Pizza here in Vegas. Hey, I'm with you on that. They need to put in the pipes too, the organs and everything like they had over in Lansing. Remember the pipes and pizzas over there? Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Gary can do it Wednesday. Awesome, Gary. We're putting you on for next Wednesday. Guys, Gary Jenkins is going to be on the show next Wednesday. We're going to talk Kansas City, Chicago connection. Sound cool? You guys are going to like this. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. And we've never done a live with Gary, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Southside, good to see you. John Ramsey, Bill Crawley. It's just crazy. So many of you are coming into this thing, and you're here every week. It's a mind-blowing that everybody can show up to something like this. So,
Yeah,
all
but
right.
we have some people too.
Well, it's true. And you guys,
AOL, I've never seen before.
Love you all, each and every one of you. All right. Marty Glade, I did. LOL. Live it. Cool. Okay, so let's get going. Red, are you ready? We're gonna start this one out with this format's worked the last few weeks. You guys seem to really enjoy it, and I'm enjoying it. Red's enjoying it, and so hey, what the hell, right? Let's jump right in. Let's throw it back to when we started this channel. This is right around, we probably had 400 subscribers, okay? And Frank is talking Johnny No-Nos Defronzo. So we're going to listen to that. We're going to take his info, and then we're going to jump right into this and talk about Johnny, and you guys get to pitch in and chime in. You know how this thing works, so let's go. Here we go. You can hear that okay, Red?
No.
You don't hear it?
No.
You guys in the comments, just tell me if you guys can't hear this right now, if you're not hearing it.
It's going through the beans and the coffee, and Johnny.
Yeah, you're not hearing any noise, no, any sound
from Frank.
I got to make sure. All right, hold on. Give me a second, guys. Let me just do this way. I did it incorrectly. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go.
I know. I'm sure you noticed that I have a lot of different hats.
I
always wear different hats in life.
Yeah.
But that's something I do. I like hats. You know, I don't have much hair. You know, although you got to remember something: grass don't grow on a busy street or in an airport. Remember that. So I wear my hats. Now, talk about Johnny Defronzo a little bit, okay? Johnny, I know Johnny when Johnny was a burglar. I don't think Johnny was ever an armed robber. At least I never heard of him sticking up any places. But Johnny was a burglar with these same guys, Joey Ange and Richie and a couple other guys. And they were from Melrose Park, actually Melrose Park. And then when they start earning money, remember, in order to become sort of untouchable with the outfit, you got to be a good earner. So guys like Johnny Defronzo and Joey Andrack, they had guys that hung with them, and they would get guys that would do bookmaking, illegal bookmaking, and then them guys would get guys. So they'd form a group of guys. There was a lot of money in gambling.
If you have a 650 or above credit score and a business or
business
idea, I
don't pay the $10 a month.
Eventually start making a lot of money. And I don't ever remember Johnny putting money on juice. I don't remember that. I mean, he may borrow people, but Mad Sam was the guy that was controlling the juice money then. So, but Johnny, I never looked at him as a boss. I would never respect him as a boss. I just had no respect for this guy. Something about him. Now, I stole with his brother, Joey Defronzo. Joey was all right. We call him the hound dog because he'd always chase that buck down, Joey. And it was, to me, I always felt as though they were a dysfunctional family, but they weren't. And as I said, when I first met Johnny, Tony come up to me and introduced me to Johnny Defronzo. And we all had cars. Johnny had, I believe he had a Chevy Impala. Tony had a Dodge, and I had a Ford. And they all had high-powered engines in them. So we went on Cumberland Road and we raced them to see who had the fastest car. They were called work cars. We used them to steal them. I beat them all. I'm sure they didn't like it, but I beat them all. It was a column shift at the time. So that's one of the first meetings with Johnny. And then you hear this, you hear that. Then Johnny went into the car business and he opened up car lots and he started selling cars and stuff like that. Basically, that's all I know about Johnny. As far as looking at him as a boss, he probably was, but I'd never allow him to boss me. Joey Lombardo was bigger than Johnny Defronzo. They say the Grand Avenue crew. Joey Lombardo was much bigger than Johnny. I don't ever remember seeing them talking together. Actually, I gotta tell you the honest to God truth. No. People say Joey was related to Joey Angiaraki. He may have been. I don't know. Joey, that spell I had with Joey Angiaraki, Joey wasn't even involved in that. So wouldn't you think that Joey would have talked to me about that? If he was related to the Angiarakis? I don't know. It may have been. I'm not disputing that. But Joey was the guy, not Johnny. All right? Let's clear the air. And there's a lot of people out there that think they know more than me. They may. But I remember, I was on the inside. I wasn't just the person that heard this bullshit. I know who to watch out for. I know what territory I was in, who I could screw over, who I couldn't screw over if I wanted to stay alive. So I made it my business to know all of these things.
I'm going to pause it right here, guys, for a second, because we're getting a lot of comments in the side section, and I want to let's just bring them up and talk about them here. So Bill Mason, Johnny and Joey Lombardo didn't like each other from when they were kids.
I never heard him speak well of Defronzo, ever. Angiaraki, yeah. Joey Lombardo. I never heard him speak well of him. He wasn't very fond of him for some reason. I don't know why.
Benny Fazio. Everybody says the outfit isn't active anymore, but an organization that's 100 years old and has tons of money and power isn't just going to disappear. That's my opinion. Okay, Benny. I mean, that's cool. But
I don't think it disappeared. I think it shrunk. It's like a tumor that shrunk. It shrunk to nothing. Not nothing, but what do they got to do anymore? They can't make the loans like they used to, juice loans. They can't do the gambling like they used to. I mean, that's all taken away. Everything's taken away. It's all legit now. So if they got something, even the board of trade's gone, the cocaine trade's gone. So I don't know what they're doing.
Bobby Bag of Donuts is agreeing with Benny Fazio. Northside Drive, that's it. Everything's legal now. Like what the heck do they have? You know what I mean? So Scott H. So they went legit by investing.
I agree.
You know, any business, there can be corruption. Anywhere there's money, there can be corruption. And there's going to be. It's just how it's going to be. It's been like that since the beginning of time. It's just, I guess the point is that the outfit, if there is still something, it's not the same.
No, but there's a couple of members or a few members around, and I don't know. I think I could go or you could go anywhere and start making book, and nobody's going to come and bang your door down and kill you. Like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, right. It's just done legitimately.
I know a couple people. No, I know a couple people that make book in Chicago. They're on their own. They're not paying anybody.
Why do they need to? You can bet. I mean, why would you go to a bookmaker, right? When you could go to a legitimate casino and place a bet or a sports.
Well,
book.
Sometimes people just call it in. Where at the casino you got to make the trip. Or I know a couple people that do. John Drummond's one. He calls his bookie.
Chris Jorgensen. Okay, so Chris says white collar rackets, loan sharking, shaking down criminals and drugs.
I can see them walking in on a drug deal and taking the drugs and taking the money, just robbing it like an illegal gambling game. Anything that's illegal, they'll go after it. I'm sure, because you can't call the cops.
Well, yeah, you can't call the cops. Hey, I was robbed. They stole my stuff, right? My illegal
Right.
stuff.
I was making
Okay.
book here and I was doing a great business. I was doing 100 grand. And all of a sudden these guys came and they took my money, they took my slips and everything else. And boy, you guys got to do something about it. I can hear the police right now.
That's the other thing. Hey, I'm just going to bring this up again. But the other thing that was the other on the other channel, okay, that we originally were going to talk about that today. But they also had videos of, and it just brought this up, the C notes. Now, I never heard of the C notes. I don't understand. I'm guessing it's a street gang. And,
Yes.
And I guess
Joey Lombardo was a member of the C notes. Joey Lombardo, it's a street gang that just comes up and it's like a prelude to the outfit. Or it was years ago. I know.
So is that like the 42 gang?
No, it's like a street gang. It's like a street gang.
That's what I thought the 42 gang was when they were kids.
Yeah, kind of like it, but they don't. I don't know. They don't get into the same kind of stuff. They're kind of wild.
Okay, so anyway, that channel also posted things about, like going around and showing different places that there were tags. I guess their tags $. They spray paint the side. Their territories. Anyway, let's get back onto the subject here. We're going to go back to listening to Frank for a few minutes. And Scott H. Yeah, I agree. The goal is to get the easy money and beat the tax man, and a lot of these crimes are legitimate. So, Bruce City, a C note is a term for $100 bill. Yeah, a C note, a sawbuck, a fin. Anyway, we're getting off subject. Let's get back onto this. Scott H., thank you for letting me know that it was a little low, the sound. I'm turning it back up. Greg Polly, good to see you. Thanks for going on the mob tour when you were out here, buddy. All right.
Along with a lot of other crooks, if you wanted to stay alive. I'll give you an instance. We did a burglary in Elmwood Park. Wound up with cash, not much, $500. Mink coats, jewelry. Yeah.
This is Lumen, the first device for hacking your metabolism.
I gotta pay that $10.
Just one
I
breath.
swear to God.
Not supposed to burglarize in Elmwood Park. Come to find out, when we tried to sell the merchandise, that the guy was a bookmaker, and he worked for Joey Gagliano and Willie Messina. So when I tried to push the furs, Vic Spilaccio, Tony's brother, told me, "Where'd you get these from?" I said, "Elmwood Park." He said, bookmaker got robbed over there, and he's claiming he lost $5,000. I said, he didn't lose no $5,000. I said, there was $500 there, $5,000. He said, really? I said, yeah. He said, well, Willie Messina, I have to tell Willie. Willie worked for Jack Cerrone. I like Willie. Willie. Nice guy, man's man. So Willie meets me in the restaurant the following day. And he said, what's the story? And I tell him. He said, there was no $5,000 there? No, $500, Willie. He said, that son of a bitch told us he got robbed for $5,000. He said, that's part of the money he takes in on the booking operation. I said, the guy's beat he's out of money. Not for long, he said, not for long. He's probably sweating in his pants right now, thinking about it. Hope you guys don't get caught. He says, you can keep the furs, keep the jewelry. He says, we'll straighten this out. But don't steal no more in Elmwood Park, Frankie. I said, all right, Willie. They didn't want to eat up the territory that they lived in, these guys. So we never went back to Elmwood Park because there was too many places you could rob them. And I don't know whatever happened to that bookmaker. But you see how they lie? Anyway, that's the story there. Hey, a little shout out to John's World 100. He asked me a question. I'm going to try to answer.
We'll get right into John's World's question. Gary Jenkins, we'll see you next week. I'll be sending you an email with an invite for you to click in to come into the program next week. So everybody come back next week. See Gary, okay? All right.
Good to see you, Gary.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Gary.
Yes, sir. He asked me, are there any fine restaurants in Chicago? Well, I'm sure there's a lot of fine worlds in Chicago. Have I been there recently? I think you asked me that question, though. Yeah, I was there last Easter. I went to a place they call Hole in the Wall Gang. It's in the suburb. Good food. Still good food. Of course, back in the day when I was there, Gianotti's was the Italian restaurant that we used to go to. Gianotti's. Now, it's been many years since I dined in restaurants, except for a year ago, and that was that place called Hole in the Wall. You're not going to find many bad restaurants in Chicago as far as Italian food goes. Now, if you ask me that same question about Vegas, I can name a lot of bad ones, but they probably sue me. Do I know about New York restaurants? No. New York people eat different than we do. Everybody eats different. I don't care for their pizza, their food. They don't care for our pizza and our food. I understand that. It's all about your taste buds. But
okay, guys. Quickly, thank you, John Ramsey. Appreciate the super sticker. And guys, by the way, and you know, see it in the comments. You got to remember, this is right when the channel was started, and I was all this B-roll that's going on, this video that's going on while Frank's talking. It literally, like, I didn't know that everybody just wanted to listen. Okay, honest to God, I thought everybody was watching and everybody liked to watch, and I thought it was necessary. And it was you guys who reached out in the comments of the videos that were like, "Hey, you know, you don't need to do any of that." And God, that saved me a lot of time, because I'm telling you, sitting there looking for B-roll and putting it in.
John's World, I hope I was able to answer. John's World 100. Keep on watching, brother. You're going to enjoy what you see. Hey, Nick Hewitt, little shout out to you, brother. I see you asked me a question. Nah, I don't know anybody from Oak Lawn. You know, Chicago is a territorial city. If you were from Oak Lawn, you kept with them people. If you were from Elmwood Park, same thing. Grand Avenue, Cicero, everybody had a district. Oak Lawn, I didn't expand myself out there. If I had to, I would. The only thing I know about I believe that's the south side of Oak Lawn. The only thing I know about that place is that El Taco controlled it, and that's where they had the chop shops. But that's the best I can do for you, Nick. I wish you well, buddy. But keep on asking questions. You might have something I don't know about. I know about. Hey, Royal, little shout out to you, too. You asked me a question. I believe you asked me if we ever got hurt or shot or anything, what would we do? How would we go about it? If we can't go to the doctor, the hospital. I can tell you a little story about that. There's a lounge in Las Vegas that we patronized, Tony and I and all the wise guys. So Tony was in there with a scuttle. I call a scuttle a broad, a girl, a lady. So he's in there with a scuttle, and he's going to bring her home. Their name was Sherry, one of many girls that Tony dated, took care of. So he says, "I'll be right back." She lives down the street, the apartment complex. So that's all right. So about an hour later, he comes walking back in the lounge by himself, and he's limping. I said, "What'd you do, twist your ankle?" He said, "No, you ain't going to believe this. Some guy tried to rob me." I said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, I'm bringing her to her apartment. This guy pops up between the cars. He's got a rifle. He's telling me, 'Give me your money.'"
60 years in the making, the Raiders now have a permanent place to call home, and the doors are open to...
And he's crying, "I need your money." He don't know what Tony is. It's a stick up. So Tony's got his hands up in the air and he's going like this. "Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't take it easy." And he grabs the barrel of the gun and he twists it around. And as he's twisting it around, the kid's arm's going up. The kid pulls the trigger. Shoots Tony in the foot. Tony's got the gun. He's got it on the kid. Kid says, "Please, please don't call the police. I got my wife and kids. I got to feed them. Please, please." Well, we ain't going to call the police on this guy. I wouldn't, nor would Tony. Tony's telling him, "Get the fuck out of here." He runs the kid out of there. So now he sits down. I said, "What are you going to do? You want me to bring you to the doctor, the hospital?" No. He's going to be in the headlines. He said, "Let me call Joey Cusimano. He's got a vet. He says this is a good friend. Maybe his vet could do something for me." So he calls Joey Cusimano. Joey comes over to the tavern, him and Tony leave. Hey, Tony comes back a little later, he's got his foot wrapped up. The veterinarian fixed the bullet hole. Fixed the bullet. What would any of us do? Of course we'd try to go to a vet. I mean, they work on animals. We're like animals too, right? So they could take care of it unless it was something really bad. So that's what we would do. I mean, that's not the first time that's happened that I've heard of that happening with guys that went to veterinarians to get a gunshot wound fixed or a stab wound. I can remember one time I got stabbed in the back, and I went to the vet and he sewed me up in the back. It was an instance on the street. I was with another guy. We had a fight with a couple of black guys, and the guy stuck me in the back, and they ran off, and I was bleeding bad. And I didn't want to go to the hospital, because then they, all this inquiry and all that bullshit. So I went to a vet. That's back in Chicago years ago. He sewed me up. Thank you, Royal, for the question. Keep the questions coming in. All right? I'm here for you people. Let me get this shit all off my chest. I got a lot of stories to tell. A lot. So I'm going to be around for a while. You have a good day. God bless. Hit that button. Subscribe.
Oh, wow. Guys, what a freaking flash. I miss Frank, too. I see you guys in the comments. I miss Frank, too.
Good memories. Very good memories.
I don't regret making a single video, because every one of them, there's stories, there's history in them. So I'm glad that the time, it's crazy, but I'm glad it's crazy because of how everything worked out. I mean, I had nothing to do except work on this thing when the tours weren't running. So Greg Hart, thanks for ordering a mug. You guys can go to frankcolada.com, or you can go to mobmento.com. Mobmento, MOBMENTO, and you can check out the products there, and different things that we have. Also, if you want a copy of the script cover to the movie Casino, that's all signed by everyone. I mean, it's obviously not a real sign, but you guys can download it and print it out. It's cool for hanging on the wall in a man cave. So street notes, the C notes were a Chicago street gang located around Leavitt and Grand Avenue.
Levitt.
Adam sent you a Reddit link on Facebook, message of C notes and the outfit. Sent you a messenger of the C notes and the outfit. Daddy Lanchi, good. I'm glad I did it too. Philip Dilberg just ordered your book, Red. You guys can go to redwemette.com and get a book from Red. You can go get it on Amazon if you want to download a Kindle version, but if you want an autographed copy, go to redwemette.com. So, Street Stories, Anthony DeMartini's saying it was C notes are
Ohio and Levitt.
Ohio and Levitt, yeah.
Levitt's just close to Western Avenue. That's all.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
Sure, exactly.
It's a north-south street.
Right. Yeah, north-south. Chow, thanks for keeping Frank's legacy alive and the hard work you do. Keep them rolling, my friends, and God bless. God bless you too, James Ippolito. Good to have you with us. Kissy Cat, cool back.
George McNamara says it right here.
C-notes are mobsters in training.
Right.
C-notes mobster in training.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. It makes sense. I mean, I get it. And I, so let's talk about this Johnny No Nose Defronzo, which, I'm not.
I can pick out of this one comment here. It's accurate, but it's talking about how No Nose was there when they killed Tony and Mike.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was upstairs, and they sat them down. There were other people upstairs too, but they sat them down, made them comfortable, had a couple scotches, and then they walked down to the basement. Relax them.
So he was there at the house in Bensonville.
Yes.
Yeah, Dave Fox, John Defronzo used to go into the Loon in River Grove for pizza and administration meetings. Was that the place where you see him in the news clip and he's walking out and they're asking?
Yes.
That's the place?
Yes.
So, and I can't remember who else was shown in that video. I looked at it last night because it was on that channel that I was going to talk about today with you. And I was going to show you guys and go, here it is. This is all right there.
Adam the Magician made it disappear.
You got the channel still exists, but all the videos are gone. And I was like, they put a lot of work into those videos. I was surprised. And I commented and said, oh, this is really good. Now I'm going to talk about it and share it. And oh, that's great. And then boom, it's like had second thoughts, I guess. So Daniel Kraus, your videos kick ass. Who's the current boss of the outfit? That's a great question, Daniel, because everybody asks that question. Everybody asks it.
That is the $64,000 question.
There you go. There isn't one.
I know
there isn't one. Yeah, there isn't one. So, all the clips you had are online. Yeah, Anthony DiMartini, all of them are. As a matter of fact, why am I being lazy while we're doing this show? I should be pulling it up, and there you go. I'm sure that the clip exists somewhere in here if I look quickly. Yeah, there it is. It's 12 seconds long. This is the clip.
In killing the brothers.
Pat Spilotro said he wanted to know why the government.
Hold on 1 second.
Part in killing the brothers.
There we go. This is what it looks like right here. There you go. You guys recognize that. Everybody's seen this video. Okay. I mean, everybody's seen it.
Pat Spilotro said he wanted to know why the government hadn't picked you up in connection with family secrets.
I don't know anything about it. Sorry.
Part in killing the brothers.
So, I mean, that's the clip we're talking about anyways. That's the place where he had pizza.
Yeah.
For his lunches. Okay. Redacted. No nose is hilarious in this. The brothers and the movers was in the video. The mover, right? Yeah, the mover. That's who I saw in that video as well. Chuck Gowdy's still alive? I believe so.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. His brother, Pete, Marco D'Amico, and a couple other guys. It's Marco D'Amico's who you see in there as well. So, but no, I mean, the outfit seemed more powerful than the New York City families to me. West Carson TV.
You are right.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, it's like Chicago was working all together. In New York, they're all fighting with each other. It's like this channel. Okay. You compare it to the New York people, right? They argue with each other, even on YouTube. Okay. They can't stop arguing with each other. Whereas here we're like, hey, Gary Jenkins, you want to come on and do, talk with us and do a thing? Hey, blah, 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 blah. It's working with people. It's different, that's why, like I said today, I was going to help out that other channel, and their subscribers were going up pretty quickly. Anyway, Matt Attack. About 10 years ago, there were still cafes with poker games that were still run by the family, or maybe they were posing and just making money. I don't know, Matt. I don't know. William Kirchmayer. He'll walk down the street and turn into a bar. Oh my God. Oh, William. No. Adam's a magician. Yeah, Adam's a magician. He'll walk down the street and turn into a bar. You got to unmute yourself, Red. There you go.
Okay. Can we talk about the fact that John never testified or was indicted in family secrets?
Okay.
He was an informant. They didn't bring it out till after his death. Defronzo was an informant.
What the hell's with this? Seriously?
Yes.
What was his code name?
I saw it, but I don't remember it. I mean, someone like Achilles is easy to remember. I had to think for a minute when you asked me my code name. I forgot it.
Red called me yesterday. I was in the middle of a mob tour, and it's had a guy and his son, Matt and Evan, were on board. Evan was 12. He dug the tour. I mean, he was like, "This is the coolest thing." Really liked it. Anyway, during the tour, Red called. So I was like, it's just the three of us in the vehicle. So I turned the speakerphone on and Red's talking. And so that's what we were talking about was code names. We were at the Lefty car explosion talking about how he was Tom Lusty, ask Elaine Smith, who's the boss.
I don't think she know at this time. And Tom, her husband, might know better than she. He was a supervisor.
Nick Bazzini. I remember when Solly D chased Chuck out of his neighborhood. Chuck who?
Chuck Gowdy.
Oh, Chuck Gowdy. Oh, really?
Yeah. Investigative reporter. He was there and he get out of here.
Okay. Got it.
Peter was with him, his brother.
Wasn't there going to be a Family Secrets Part 2? Will Wahardo's asking.
It was scheduled, but people started dying off.
Randy Rhodes. Nick C. said No Nose was there when Tony was killed.
Yes, he was. And that's a fact. Frank Schweitz told me about that.
Scott H. It's a friendly channel. We all get along. We do. Oh, what the hell? That's what it's supposed to be.
Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
Smash the like button. Look, we're at 222. That's how many people are watching. The day after 2022 at 2:22, which was 22 minutes ago from now, if you look at your clocks. And yesterday was Tuesday. Oh, now we're at 223. It's over. I can go on to the next bit. Okay, Chris Jorgensen. The outfit had the First Ward 1880s to the 1990s. They had politicians as made members.
Yes.
First Ward.
Well, what's his name? Fred Rhodey.
Right.
D'Arco. All those guys were.
I just want to interrupt the program for just a second because we're at 230 people right now in the room. And we have a nice friendly sponsor today that's sponsoring Mob Vlog. And today's show is brought to you by Damitol. So if you're up there, you might as well stay up there because Damitol will not let you down. All right. And Damitol is brought to you by the Capone brothers, who also brought you Wings Over Spain, Spanish Fly. And that will not bring you down. So damn it all, folks. Get some today. Fuck it. Everybody else has a sponsor. Why can't we?
Yeah. Why
not? Solly D was the capo, right? I guess at one point.
He was a capo.
Yes. Van Pasterman, I bet the mayors of Chicago always know who runs the outfit.
Every one of them did.
Sure. Nancy LaQuire, how did you find out that Tony had been killed, Red?
I actually heard it on the radio, and I went to television and watched the news that he went missing. And I knew that if he went missing, he was gone. That was it. Because every time he came into town, he used to stop by me, and he didn't stop by me. I didn't even know he was in town. And then Alan Ackerman gets on and said, oh, he's probably out frolicking. The worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to wind up with a divorce in the morning. And I knew Alan. He lived right down the street from me. And I just said that I know. He's gone.
Leanne rolling along. It's such an informative blog. It's history, and I like how everyone shares information. I do too. You guys are the ones that make the show, not me. I'm just here to host with Red. I mean, you guys are the show. Honest to God. I mean, I didn't know this kind of format would even work or fly, but it sure seems to work and fly. So, William Kirchmayer, when the bad shows up, the mouth goes shut. And Scott H, he's going to take a dozen of those Damitals. Red took a Damitol right before the show, didn't you, Red?
Oh, yeah, I did. I took a couple of myself. Damitol. I need
Damitol. Chris. Oh, my gosh. Hold on. I haven't done this ever. Okay, hold on. We're going to do this right now. Okay, so everybody, I just want to introduce you to my friend Jack. Jack, say hello.
Hello.
You're talking to a couple thousand prescribers on YouTube right now.
Oh, okay.
You want to tell them anything?
Pardon me?
You want to tell them anything? I just told them about our sponsor, Damitol, brought to you by the Capone brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, I take that all the time. I'm normally not a nervous person, but by taking it makes me nervous. I think I probably better back off.
Jack's 87 years old, guys. Well, he's going to be 87 years old. I mean, he's so old, they discontinued this guy's blood type.
My social security number is 26.
Wow.
Social security number is 26. Jesus. When Jack first got on an airplane, the seats were still made out of wicker.
Well, the stewardesses were the Wright sisters. What do you expect?
They were the Wright sisters. Well, it's better than the wrong sisters, the stewardesses.
That's pretty funny. I wrote that down.
Last time I flew, I wanted to fly United, but the stewardess, she wouldn't let me.
I remember the pilot said, "Ladies and gentlemen, in about 10 minutes, we'll be landing in Cleveland or Tulsa." I can't remember which.
Anyway, just wanted to
I like
say
it when the pilot comes out and says, "Don't worry, I'm going for help." And he's got a parachute on.
Parker was a sky pilot in World War II. That civilian pilot team that flew over the United States all night in case of a Japanese or a German plane came over high above our radar, So Uncle Parker was a sky pilot. That was his contribution to the war effort. He was always proud when telling about his episode that on his watch, not one Japanese plane got past Tulsa.
I got past Tulsa.
You mean they crossed California and Las Vegas and they made it to Tulsa?
That's what he means. Yeah, that's the joke. All right, but everything goes over Red's head, Jack. He's short guy. Brandolino's Encore Music Center asks, Jack, do you fart dust?
Say that again?
Do you fart dust?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Do you fart dust?
Dust.
Dust.
Yes, but it serves a good purpose. I catch it and I brush my teeth with it.
Oh my God. Hey, Jax, are farts lumpy? Do they have farts? Do farts have lumps in them?
Well, they used to, but not in my case now.
No, if they don't, then I have definitely just shit my pants.
You almost understand that.
Oh my God. All right, hold on. We got to get back on track. I'll call you after the show. All right?
Yeah,
bye. Says, guys, I answer a couple of people. I got to answer if my mom calls. I got to answer if Jack calls. Because Jack's at the day. I mean, he doesn't even send his shirts out for cleaning at his age anymore. So he puts gas in his car every time he takes it out. He doesn't want to fill it up because he may not need it. You know what I mean? So anyway, what happened to Frank Calabrese Jr., JW? Not a fan of YouTube? I don't know. I don't know. So last I talked to him, he said he wasn't a fan of YouTube, or he wasn't interested in anything with YouTube. So he's working on some other things. And anyway, Evil Rev, if I want to hear jokes, then I have a bad mirror. Well, I'm glad that you have it. Be sure to wear that freaking mask, because you probably look better with it on your face. That's terrible. Sorry. Okay, Sandra Arejo watched when you were talking about the Hansons. What kind of offenses would cause a horse barn to be locked up and set on fire? My dad owned Trachea Farm on LaGrange. We worked with Cy Jane.
Yes, she talked to me on a couple occasions. She made comments, and her question is,
well, why would the barn have been burned down?
For insurance. The horses were insured, so if they died, they didn't care. The barns were insured, and the barns were getting old, worn down.
What do you mean they wouldn't care if the horses? What do you mean they wouldn't care if the horses were killed? Because they were insured. They were horses.
Yeah.
It's their animals.
Yeah.
And they set them on fire for insurance?
Oh, yeah. If the whole thing goes, it looks like an accident, right? Or somebody was playing with matches and gasoline.
That's
half these people don't even know what matches are, I'll bet. Everybody's got a Bic lighter.
Matches. Oh my God. Michael Graham, are these jokes in the official Magician's Banter handbook? LOL. Yes, they're right out of the handbook. It's called Sleight of Mouth. All right. Oh God. His doctor told him not to buy any green bananas. Oh my God. What about these horses? David Grimpy. Yeah. What about it? What kind of sick, twisted son of a bitch burns their own horses down? I mean,
I don't know. When they burned Washington Park down, they killed a lot of horses in Washington Park. And Cy Jane, when he burned the barn, the horses were gone in it. But sometimes they just executed the horses for the insurance money. Tommy the Sandman Burns.
Rob a jewelry store. You know what I mean? Go rob a house. Do something. What are you going to hurt the horses for? Why? Go. Oh, I'm going to get money.
Cy Jane didn't care about anything. Cy Jane didn't care about anything. When he's a young kid, I think he took a goose and wringed its neck because it tried to peck him. It tried to bite him. He was like 12 years old.
Brett, I'm with you on that. I hate people who hurt animals. Frank Collada once said to me that he would rather watch a guy take a beating, okay, than to watch a dog get hit. He said he'd kill somebody if they're beating on a dog. That's how much it pisses him. That's how I feel. Like I can't watch. All psychos start with animals. Spear okay. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I mean, I could kill a fish. I go fishing, take a fish out of the water, kill it, eat it. I've done that. Ducks.
It's not killing. That's harvesting. But you're eating it because you're harvesting it.
Yeah, and you know what? In some places they eat horses. So and some people eat horse and don't even know that they eat horse. So it's
that happened to me once.
Tony Gunk, Fish's lives matter. We're starting a movement, baby. Fish's lives matter.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Tony, all lives matter.
You have to remember, these people are soulless. Don Ciccio di Porzalo, soulless.
I believe that.
When I started working with Frank, my mother-in-law passed away in December of 16. I think it was the 8th. Yeah, I think most positive it was the 8th. And I was putting together a memorial service for my mentor, Robert. Robert passed away on the October 30th of 16. And so they were having a thing at the Stratosphere in the showroom and I put videos together and all. Anyway, I had a lot going on. And Frank and I were working on a project. And anyway, the morning I was supposed to see him that afternoon, the morning that I discovered my mother-in-law was gone. And I called Frank and I told him on the phone, and I was a little emotional at the time. And I was like, just like talking, I was like, Frank, like I'm, you know, I found my mother-in-law, you know, and he said to me, what happened? And I tried to tell him, and I'm like choked up on the phone kind of. And he said to me, he said, I could tell by your voice that you really care about this lady. I said, yeah, Frank. I said, I spent the last 4 years, you know, helping her and you know, getting to know her. And Frank said, you just moved up 3 points in my book. And I went, what do you mean? And he said, you care. And I said, of course I care. How could I not care? He said, Adam, there's people out there that don't care.
A lot of them.
There's people out there that don't, and I just don't, I can't process like that. I just don't, it's not me. No freaking way. And when I hear about animals, it makes me mad. It makes me mad. It makes me sad. It makes me sad, number one, that can happen in the world. Two, that you got people that'll take dogs and stick them and pit them against each other and intentionally starve them and hurt them and that to make them fight. It's not good. It's all bad. Ugh, makes me crazy.
You know, Adam, I don't know about you, but Duchess, I've never raised a hand to her. Ever since she was this big, you know, she was in my hands. I have never struck that dog, ever. I find that words, and if you treat them right and train them, you're not getting problems with them. How about Murdoch and your two dogs?
Magnum, yeah. So I'll tell you what. So Frank, we just listened to Frank tell the story about how Tony gets shot in the foot, and he went to a vet, and he's like, "Well, the vet works on animals, and we're like animals, right?"
And a lot of people understand that a vet has to go through regular medical school and become a doctor, and then he goes to an advanced course to be a veterinarian. So they actually got an MD before they even get there.
Steve Cutler, animals are more loyal than humans. They are.
All the time. They never talk back.
100%. Animal never. And if you get upset, the animal still loves you. The animal, if you
it's unconditional love.
They can sense too. They can sense. So I wish we could torture people for hurting animals. Cindy Workman, I'm 100% with you. I'm 110% with you on that. I'm 110%. I think that if they did that publicly, that's what they need to do. Torture publicly, so that everybody else can see and go, oh, maybe I shouldn't hurt the little cat. Maybe I shouldn't hurt the little dog. Maybe I shouldn't burn my fucking horse down.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
That's something that I really think is really crazy, because I've suggested several times, if they had public punishment out in the town square or something like that, I think it would eliminate a lot of crime. A lot of crime.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. William Kirchmayer, what's the difference between meat and fish? If you beat your fish, it'll die. Oh, my God.
That one didn't go.
My God. Sorry, Jono disagrees, Red. It's not an MD, it's a DVM alone. So he doesn't have to get a medical doctor to become a yeah. Anyway,
all the ones that I knew, they went to medical school and became a doctor.
I'm sure they have to get some kind of thing. I don't think they get a full MD before they become a vet. I think it's something a little less than that. Is whatever a DVM is.
Maybe things have changed.
Sure.
I'm a dinosaur.
So Magnum has this limp, okay, and he's had it now for 3 or 4 weeks, and he's putting some weight onto it and all. But the other day, my wife went to the chiropractor, and would you believe that the chiropractor and her are sitting there talking about the dog, and the chiropractor is telling her what to do for the dog, and he's like, screw taking the dog to the vets, because every time you go there now, it's like, especially I guess in Las Vegas, it's like everybody's just jacked their prices up crazy high. So anyway, the vet said, call me, you know, or the chiropractor said, call me if you need advice, but he told us what to do to Magnum and what to do for him. And yeah, it's funny because Frank's talking about taking a person to a vet, and we basically took our dog now to a person doctor. So chiropractor is going to help the dog. Imagine that. Why not? Agree with you, Red. Cindy agrees with you. It would make the world a better life place.
Public punishment.
Yeah. When Lombardo got out of prison, was he the number one guy, or did he answer to somebody?
Actually, when he got out of prison, he tried to lay low, and he was like the number one guy except Tony Accardo. So he kind of took over. He was on the chart and everything. They said he was the advisor, but actually it was like Tony Accardo being the advisor because he was an elder statesman.
Scott H., these people in Red Sphere are almost incredible. I never met so many crazy criminals in my lifetime.
Neither did I.
Well, you did. That's the thing. You did meet all these people, and this is what Scott's saying. He said you even had a triple child murderer in your midst. How did you live? How did you live?
It wasn't easy. I mean, it wasn't easy.
How'd you end up not dead? I think is his question.
You got to wear different hats. That's all, and you have to really not show your emotions when you're talking to people. It's a lot of acting.
I love it. William Kirchmail, public tune-ups, discipline with an audience. Yeah. Leanne rolling along. So back on subject. How did No Nose get his name? Good question.
Do you want to hit it? Should I?
No, you can go ahead and do it.
Okay.
I know the answer. You tell it.
He was doing a robbery, and it was a plate glass window, and the plate glass was broken in the robbery. There was a shootout there, I believe, with the police. And the plate glass came down and chopped off part of his nose. And so he picked up the nose, or somebody else did, and he went to the hospital. They sewed it back on. And so for a time, they called him No Nose while it was patched up and healing. It's kind of a joke.
See the thumbnail with the nose? Yeah,
it was really only part of it. It was really only part of it.
The photos that I have seen, and I think we'll hit this subject and then we're going to be done. No nose. There it is. There's the picture. Okay, we're going to put this up so you guys can see it, but at least as big as I can get it. Let's see. There. So there it is. That's what he looked like after the plate glass window, Leanne. Since you're asking here.
Side.
Yeah, so like the left side of it got cut off going through that window. And I guess they must have sewed it back on, or they did something because his nose looked okay.
Well, he went through like 3 or 4 plastic surgeries from what I understand.
Don Ciccio, his left nostril. Yeah, his left nostril is what happened. So
this side.
Duke of Dunhurst. Glad it was his nose and not, oh, jeez. Good thing it wasn't his crotch first. You guys are all thinking the same thing. Well, you guys are all sick and twisted on this channel. Okay? What's going on? Randy Rhodes. No Nose is dead now. He's not dead. His nose was circumcised. My God. Where are you guys going?
Brett, take it easy, guy.
Plastic surgeries corrected it. Yes. Plate glass nose. This is funny. This is a funny, but
see you later, Anthony.
Don't do it. All right, take care, guys. It was good seeing you. Red, did you have a good time this afternoon?
I did. I enjoyed. Awesome. I enjoyed your whole audience. It's great.
They're so much. You guys are fun. You guys are the ones that make the show. You really are. Every one of you. Greg Polly, Duke of Dunhurst, Anthony DiMartini, all of you guys, every one of you. I don't want to read through them again because it takes 10 minutes to name all of you. All of yous. All right. So I don't want to read through all of yous.
Do you want me to do an after show?
You gonna do one? I have to go do a tour.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I can get you set up. I just can't hang for a long time, but I'll get you set up. If you guys want to go to the after party, there'll be an after party. I won't be there for long. I have to go to work. Red's going to do one though. So if you guys want, go over to Red's channel and I'll put a link in the description of this video. Give me about 5 to 10 minutes from now when we end, and it'll be in there. And you guys can click on it and come on into the after party on Red's channel. Okay. So with that said, it's been fun, Red. Thank you very much again for spending your afternoon here on Mob Vlog.
You're welcome.
All
I
right,
enjoyed
buddy. I did too. Have a great day. I'll see you in a little bit on your channel. All right. Adios. Peace out.